As far as pranks go, this one is deceptively simple, and therefore incredibly impressive. How has this been pulled off? Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. I didn't expect to be recording as of yet, but here we are. Everything's upside down. This has blown my mind. I am massively impressed by this. Wow. And do you know what? I think I might have an idea who's behind this. You see, you have to use a name tag and the name Dinnerbone in order to flip the mob upside down. What's special here is that this would have taken a lot of name tags, like a ridiculous amount. So there has got to be something special going on here. This is just insane. Oh, this is the kind of sight you only ever see in creative mode. You never see this done in survival, right? I'm going to point my finger at the goat. And I don't mean the goat mob. I mean the Doc Father himself. It would be typical of Doc M to just know some cheeky way in which you could duplicate name tags or create some sort of lag glitch to use a name tag over and over again. Peeps, I cannot wait to learn how this was done. And if I find out by the time this video is, there'll be a link in the description box down below. And there was a reason I was in this area. It was to breed up and kill some of those cows actually, as I'd run out of leather and wanted to stock up. When these animals die, they flip upside down for the death animation. Well, they're already upside down. They flip upright. This might be a bug. This might be considered a bug right there. Look, do you see it? We'll do it one more time. So my friends, this day of recording marks exactly 2 weeks from when the Hermitcraft server kicked off, and you know what we do every 2 weeks? We make a new map. And I'm going to look at that map through the spyglass. No, it's not very helpful. You can see there are some differences starting to pop up here, which is fantastic. And then we've got our little area with all sorts of details on, and I noticed that this bit here was white, and up the top there, we have snow settling on top of the building, which I could stop with string. However, it actually looks pretty cool. So this is our every 2 week tradition, right? And I like the idea of the lighthouse looking out around the area, and that would be the perfect place to put these maps. So I'm going to extend this staircase and probably change the materials around and create a spiral staircase that goes up here, and on the middle will be the maps. So as you make your way up, you can see the progression over time. And the timing here is kind of convenient without realising it. You see, the next thing I got up to on the server was Hermits Helping Hermits, which is our Monday evening live stream. In fact, that'll be uploaded to my second channel if you wanted to go and watch the whole thing. We helped Wells Knight dig out a massive hole for a mob farm, and in doing that, I collected tons and tons of copper. And this is actually the statistic that you see on the tab screen at the moment. It is for copper blocks mined. And so I went ahead and I smelted all of that up, and it might look like we got a lot of copper here. But the thing is, this is the crafting recipe. I really think they should have made it a 2x2. But I guess this way it's consistent with iron. And so I wanted to use copper in here for the support in the middle, but I think we're going to have to bring in another block because it's just going to be too much to build this whole thing out of copper. And I've been not entirely sure if this is the right way to go yet or not, but you got to figure things out one step at a time. One thing I know for sure, I want to have lightning rods coming across like this, so they're like a support beam connecting the copper in the middle to the outside. We also have to figure out the nature of the curve around the outside here and how it's going to slowly make its way upwards. It just comes too close to the middle, I think. Yeah, each and every time it's just going to come in too close. And look at this, I got my first weathered copper block over here. None of these are waxed, and it's probably something I'll want to do in the future, but I think it'll be fun just to let this thing sort of naturally decay for now. And so as you'll see, I've gone for something much bolder here. And that weathered block actually needs to now be raised up by 1 block. And yes, we're certainly doing this the expensive way, but the key to making a build look and feel good is detail. And so I've structured this thing so that we have the trapdoors on this side, we have a fair bit of open space to see the copper structure in the middle, and then I think what we're going to do is potentially add something like this, and then put a lantern underneath it. Well, I've got to say, the lanterns do kind of fit in here. I think we might end up using more overall, but it just needs a couple more details, and then I think we've pretty much got this thing sussed out. So one of these details will be chains. They look so cool. I was also thinking maybe iron down at the floor. Look at this, we're on like episode 5 and already we can just plaster iron blocks wherever we please. And over here we've got a gap letting the light in, which brightens everything up. We need to go around and just hide all of these deep slate bricks. And in doing so, you can see that all of this becomes very narrow though, which isn't great for navigating, but I'm going to keep it. So this was a really nice idea, but where do you put the paintings? Because if we try and put them here, they're going to be off-center. And so I thought, well, there's this nice like 2x2 space here, so we'll go and put one in. And then we can kind of do the same again over in this spot. But it doesn't really feel like it's made for viewing, it's just kind of there on the wall as you walk past. So this was a cool idea, but I don't think it's gonna work. We'll keep our staircase leading to the top of the lighthouse, but I guess we'll probably build another building for the map room. Anyway, I feel like there might be some more details we could chuck in here, so you know the deal. Comments down below, right? Also, check out my discount copper over here. I was thinking, what other kind of orangey block is there that I could use to fill the space for now, because I wanted to finish this thing to the top. And I've done that. And it's glorious. And the view from up here is pretty spectacular. So that taken care of, we must now turn our attention to the villagers underground. And that is because there is an answer to a question waiting for me right here. I did not know this would be the place that I would find out. And alas, we almost have the answer. We have a librarian that is an expert, and we need to get it to master level, and this is the best trade. In fact, we have this twice. The reason it's the best trade is because it yields the most XP to level up the librarian. And there is a level of irony here, as my upside down chickens will help us solve the answer of why they're upside down. I need some feathers though for those books and quills. And I had to remind myself, the rule is always to breed them before you kill some of them. Yes, need to keep the population up. Look at that. So with free trades, the answer will be revealed. Here we go. Okay, it's refreshed. And as a master, the trade that it offers is a name tag. 20? God, that's steep. But yes, it was Pearlescent Moon who pranked us with the upside down dinner bone animals, and I completely forgot, or maybe never even realised, that this is one of the ways that you can get name tags. You can trade them with villagers. And this is so much fun, because I've seen other hermits do it, but I've never really done the whole villager thing myself, and now I'm really starting to see the power of them, the way you can get some awesome goodies so cheap. And over here, you'll see that I've been doing a lot of trading. Look at all those emeralds. Oh, I love it. I stand here, just go around in a circle, making all of my trades, making loads of emeralds. And of course, before we get too heavy into the trading, we need to introduce the process of converting villagers to zombie villagers and back again. That actually makes their trades cheaper. That's something we're going to do in the future, and then we're really going to go ham with the trading. For now, though, we shall leave this place as we have identified another need, which is copper, and that's actually going to lead us down a little bit of a tangent, first of all, heading into the Nether Dimension. But before we do that, I thought I'd head over here to the iron farm, because I needed an anvil, and we got tons and tons of iron from this thing. But I've converted it all into cauldrons. You'll find out why in just a moment. What I want to do, though, is put these together and put them on a golden helmet, so that the piglins don't get attracted to us. If you haven't seen me talk about this before, the way to do it is to take the lowest enchantment cost when you combine them together, and it will make it cheaper overall. And by the way, all the XP that I have right now that I'm using is simply from trading with villagers. And there we go, we've got a hat to go into the Nether with.
Oh, hey Xisuma, you alright?
Hey Zedaf, how's it going?
It's good, man, thank you. Yeah, just digging around at the old lab here.
This place looks very cool.
It's getting there, slowly but surely. Obviously, a little bit unfinished over this side.
I see. So you're after some powdered snow, right?
I am desperate for some powdered snow.
And it doesn't rain often on Hermitcraft.
No.
And that means that you'll probably need a lot of cauldrons. Where's your current setup?
I can take you right to it. Might be a little bit dangerous, but I'm trying not to sleep so that we get the powdered snow.
Well, I too am after powdered snow, and so I'd like to make an investment in your operation, save me having to do anything, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's very, very temporary at the moment. I've just chucked as many cauldrons down as I could muster, so...
Yeah, the more the merrier, as the more there are, the better the chances. So, how's about a deal, you know? When you get a couple buckets of powdered snow, you send them my way, yeah?
Okay, man, that sounds good. That
All
sounds
right,
good. And
well,
in return, cauldrons, I'm assuming?
Yeah, how many of these do you think you're going to need? Is what I'm wondering.
The more the merrier, right? What?
Yeah?
I mean, don't stop.
I can do this all day.
Well, I would just stand here and breathe it all in. Why am I not picking them up? There we go. Oh, man, a stack of cauldrons.
Oh, that's so good, isn't it? Like a whole stack of cauldrons. Yeah, that's kind of all right, isn't it?
It's not bad. A stack and a half.
Oh.
2 stacks.
Oh.
3 stacks.
Oh.
What? We're going a stack at a time. I'm not going to have enough mountain to cover this. Have you got any mountain in your pocket?
I don't, but this will
Okay.
become like the Iron Mountain if you continue with this.
It's going to look really cool, actually, when these are all over it. But one day, a powdered snow bucket will be born, and on that day, I will be very joyous, and I will bring it back to you and say, "Here, Xisuma, have a bucket of powdered snow."
All right then, Zed. Thank you ever so much.
Thanks a lot, man. Science appreciates your contribution.
So that was a lot of fun to surprise Zedaf with our iron goodies, and let me tell you, the Iron Mountain looks mad now. He's covered loads of it, and I still think he's got a few stacks to spare. So what is our business in this dimension? Well, our business has actually sort of concluded, but I came over to here to show you what the other hermits have been doing. Oh, and this is the blaze farm that we built. And I was just thinking, powdered snow in here might be an interesting experiment. I don't know if the blazes drop blaze rods with powdered snow. And a quick trip to the testing world will tell us the answer. Now, that one appeared to have not dropped any items, so what I'm going to do is punch these two and just see if it requires some player interaction. Aha, there you go. XP and blaze rods. But if they die to it on their own, it looks like they don't drop anything. So this may be useful if the player is going to punch the blazes as they land in the powdered snow. That'll just sort of help kill them. But there is another trick in this game I want to see works with this as well. So I am holding a looting sword that has level 255 on it, okay? Let's go ahead and see how many blaze rods it dropped. Ah, has that one been fixed? My friends, I've been playing this game for too long. There are just too many bug fixes, things that come and go and change. And this one must have got patched out at some point. I've completely forgotten. Because you used to be able to kill the blaze and then have the looting effect from your sword get passed on even if you didn't use it. Yeah, and look at that. When I kill it with a sword, crazy amounts of blaze rods. I am so very easily distracted. And the reason that I'm here is actually for this. That's right, wither skeletons. Ah, we didn't get ahead. But that is okay, because I actually already have 3 wither skeleton skulls from this place. And so I thought I'd swing by and just show you the other hermits have been kind of like flattening out the area and building places here to roam around. So I did this on a live stream, just kind of swung through this area a bunch of times, killed a bunch of wither skeletons. And you know what that means? It means that we're going to fight the wither next. And this is an early game affair, so we're going to cheese it by doing this in a tunnel. And I still feel a little nervous because we've only got blast protection 3 and we don't have a lot of protection. We've got a protection 4, protection 3 and none on that one actually because of the blast protection. So it'll still be a little bit risky, but overall this method is pretty solid. So I'm feeling the nerves go up. I'm worried that I might have forgotten something important. I got my food. Yes, I have potions. I knew I forgot something. Yeah, I've got potions, I've got a backup shield. Let's grab all of that. Let's chug this strength potion. And I don't think Mini-Me should be on the hotbar right now. Let's go ahead and get some instant health potions there. And of course, we want to back away so that we don't take explosive damage. And then we shoot it with the bow. And its projectiles won't get very close to us to begin with. But then we have to go in and hit it with the sword. Okay, and there it is, sword time. I don't have smite, but I do have sharpness 4. Am I going to do this without taking any damage? The deep slate seems to slow it down a little more than usual. Come on! I could have done this naked! Which is not what I want to do. I don't want to take any risks. Wow! I don't think I've ever fought a wither without taking a single hit of damage. So this didn't expose any diamond blocks, but we did get this. And the fight was really quite short. You don't need to dig a long tunnel, but as you'll see here, I dig a really long one for this fight. And with that, we now make our very first beacon. Wonderful. But my inability to think 5 minutes ahead into the future has bitten me on the bum, because what did I do before fighting this wither to get a beacon? I gave away all of my iron to Zedaf. What is wrong with me? I do this over and over again in this game. Today, my friends, is a new day, and I have morning voice. And obviously I was able to AFK to get more iron, so we have our beacon set up. And I was going to say I wasn't exactly sure where this is in the world and throw up a map, but I just realised the village that I'm next to is actually the spawn village, and you can see the spawn egg. So down underground, underneath this beacon, I have discovered somewhat of a rarity. We have a double spawner set up here, and it's the more common type, which is zombie. Previously, this would be pretty undesirable, but in this update, we can convert the zombies into drowns, and the drowns into copper ingots. And so, as you'll see, the distance between them is not very much at all. There's quite a large area to overlap and activate both of them. This one over here is 1 block higher, and both of them have rooms just made out of smooth stone, because I didn't want to decorate them as of right now. I want to get the farm up and running, so we might come back and make this all look fancy in the future. And the collection system is pretty simple. We bring them to a single point. We have wall blocks down here so that the zombies will be at a half block of height, and then they will push each other along into the water stream, and we can take them up to here. Now, the catch of this farm, or the twist, if you want to call it anything, is that we're going to convert the zombies in front of the player. So we're going to need 2 streams, like so. They're marked by the copper ore blocks, and they will go through these streams very slowly to be converted into drowns. They can land into this 2 block space here, and then obviously the player is going to stand in front of it, and when standing here they're going to activate both. And this will make sense later on, but I've just been considering that the view of the drowns getting converted, you're mostly just going to see it happening on this side and not on that side over there. But I've just been messing around where we could have other paths from the water streams, and you can't really get away from this idea of, not seeing it all happen in a neat, orderly layout, which is a bit of a shame. So it's occurred to me that if the elevator isn't neatly aligned in the middle and we have a little more customization down the bottom there, we can actually bring the zombies out at different positions and then bring them into the most central area, which I believe is these 2 blocks, and then we can make this spot here the killing area. So the player would stand around here, be able to see both the spawners, and the zombies would drop in front of them, but more importantly we would see them get converted as they come across. So once again, a massive shout out to Nembomb MC, who is always discovering and sharing awesome stuff in the Minecraft game, and the way to convert the zombies comes from one of his videos, so I'll link it in the description box down below if you want to go and check it out. So what we're doing is using cobwebs to slow down the zombies, and the water stream that pushes them across is going to be above them, so their head will be submerged in the water, and that's how the conversion process to becoming a drowned works. So I put stone all around the back, and out the front here is where we're going to have glass so we can see the conversion process. And the glass is obviously a little bit bland and boring. We're not focusing on decorations today, remember. So now what we got to do is bring the water stream up a little further. We need 2 more blocks in there. And in spectacular style, I've managed to miss a rather important little detail. I was thinking this, surely the water streams are going to knock out the cobwebs. And there it is, my friends, a fascinating look for a killing chamber. And it's kind of occurred to me that we're now ready for the live test. So we can knock out these blocks and let the zombies spawn. This is quite ominous, and I really like the way there isn't actually glass here. The light levels in this corner are probably affecting the rates a little bit, but this could always be slabbed out and the zombies don't shoot at you like skeletons do, so it's kind of cool to have them drop down into the open. Anyway, look at this. The first one's been converted, and it only took a little bit of time actually, only a few cobwebs, so chances are we got more here than we actually need. Now, if I remember correctly, the reason you needed so many cobwebs is because you could have a lot of zombies coming through here in Nembomb's design, but in ours we only have the slow rates of one of these spawners, so this whole thing could have actually been a little bit smaller, but they'll end up here eventually. And the killing area is a little bit flawed. I wanted a 2x2 area because of entity cramming, but then it means that you can't pick up the blocks at the back, so Oh, there's also that as well. They kind of get jumped up. Right. We'll have to make some revisions here. Ah, we got a baby zombie coming through. This might be problematic. What are you going to do, buddy? Are you going to escape out of that little gap? Oh, he's coming through the side. Okay, I think the way to deal with this, though, is to put lava underneath the cobblestone walls. Wow, look at that. They are all getting backed up. I think what we have to do here is lower down the drop zone a little bit further. Oh, did I just see our first copper ingot as well? I think the next one keeps picking up. Yes, there we go. We got copper ingots. I, my friends, have now become one with the drowned. And I've also put lava in these spots, which will hopefully take care of the babies that are coming through. I haven't seen another one come by yet, though. And the drop rates seem a little bit questionable. 2 drown heads, only 3 copper ingots so far. And I really need to get sweeping edge on this sword. In fact, one of the things we're going to do is make a smite and sweeping edge sword, I think. And there will be lots of improvements and decorations to make for this farm in the future. But for now, I think it's good to AFK at and get us some copper. So, minor revisions have been made. We got a nether portal over here. And I tell you what, the clicker don't even keep up with these zombies. We really need that sweeping edge. But the disappointing thing is the drop rates. This is all we've got. That's just not good enough. Yes, villagers. We're going to have to spend some time back down here again, grinding ourselves out a sweeping edge book. That's what I'll be doing. But before we wrap things up, I've been hearing rumblings of something suspicious taking place on the Hermitcraft server. So in the last episode, I had a lot of comments about lightning storms, lightning strikes, and the only lightning that I remember was when I was building the iron farm over here. And as we know, lightning can cause fire. However, this much fire in one place, it feels a little suspicious, I must say. Somewhat coordinated. I suspect that shenanigans are afoot, my friends. Someone is trying to send us a message. But the what, the who, the how, and the why is a complete mystery to me, my friends. And as you might have suspected, we're at the end of the episode. So as always, leave a comment down below, leave a like to support the channel, and I'll be seeing you very soon with another episode of Hermitcraft. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.